going to do an insight video today. I've been thinking a lot about creation and the now moment and some of these sort of like self-realization principles. And one of the main ones, the first one is you everything you everything you ever wish to be, you already are. And in a sense, this connects directly into the now moment in creation. So what is the now moment? Well, the now moment is source energy, it's source creator, it's source consciousness, it's source vibration and frequency. And what it means is when you focus your energy and you open up to your light and you open up to your source vibration and frequency, you're in the now moment. You're this open channel of energy, and it directly connects to been thinking a lot about like the soul and like infinite self. And like the infinite self is this aspect, this infinite self that's sort of like still connected to source energy within sort of infinite realms of consciousness and creation, and it's directly connected to the source. So the source, and sort of like, and the soul and the infinite self are directly connected in the now moment. And what this means is there's an aspect of self. So like when you come to when you sort of like focus your source energy into this reality, that's the soul. The soul is the essence of source vibration and frequency that is focused into this reality. And there's an aspect of self, which is your infinite self, that remains in those infinite dimensions and realities. It's not separate, it's still connected, it's still unified. And these two aspects of self or source work in perfect union. The infinite self is still connected directly to the source energy within infinite vibrations and frequencies, and realities and dimensions, and it brings energy through, as like, which is like this channel through to your soul. And your soul and the infinite self are directly connected and work in perfect union in the oneness moment, in the oneness vibration, in the eternal now moment. The eternal now moment, it helps for transformation through creation and consciousness, and it allows you to sort of remain within your own source vibration and frequency, source expression and source creator. And living in this now moment, you know that energy is always available and consciousness is always available. And the first self realization sort of like principle, that you're everything you ever wish to be, you already are, is the understanding that 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 source essence and that infinite self is always available in this moment. There is nothing else. There's nothing outside of you. There's only your vibration, your frequency, and that's what creates reality. And like another self realization principle talks about, you are the creator of creation in your own reality. So it's also saying that everything comes from you. Everything is within you, within that energy, within that source vibration and frequency, that creation vibration that's within you. So nothing's outside of you. Everything, if you're looking at connecting or attaching on stuff that's outside of you, then you're seeing that things are happening to you and they're not happening for you. And again, this is another self realization principle, that everything is happening for you, through you, and as you, and it's all happening so you access your potential, your infinite potential, and you access your soul, and the soul's expression of what is the infinite sort of like reality, that you as a being have a key of consciousness that you've brought into this reality, to express. And all souls have these sort of like keys of consciousness, but they also connect to what something else that I've been sort of like listening to, which is like the roles of the soul. And again, this sort of principle of you everything you wish to be, you already are. So like there's different soul roles, and so the six that come through to me, and I feel sort of connected to, are like the healer, the messenger, the seer. So the healer is like healing. That we're all healers. We've all got like an aspect to the soul that we've got this healing energy, so we can heal ourselves. We can help, with energy and vibration and frequency through others, so that they can sort of gain insight and awareness to themselves. The messenger brings infinite wisdom, and we're all connected to our infinite self. So each and every one of us has the ability to access our infinite selves, which is these infinite dimensions of reality and consciousness connected to source, where infinite wisdom is. And you've got other beings that are already in that reality, where you've got like they say like ascended masters, angels, guides. We're all guides. That's another aspect of the soul. We're all guides. We're all guides for ourselves and others. And we're all connected. And within oneness, no being is greater than the next. And all is about expansion in that eternal moment. Like we're always expanding, and we're always expressing. So there's no beginning and there's no end. And again, this is part of the infinity symbol and the eternal moment of now. And creation and consciousness are always available in that time. It's also as I was going through this experience yesterday, and I was connecting into these insights. I was just feeling this light flow through me, and as it flows through me, it creates and it expands into this like eternal vibration and frequency of bliss. And bliss is again this expansive moment of like no beginning and no end. There is no limitation. There's only sort of expression and expansion, and this creates transformation for beings. As our consciousness raises, we transform and we express through light and energy. And what we do is then we create a reality of light and energy and consciousness and creation. And also this connects directly to what people say is heaven on earth. And heaven on earth is again this awareness that whatever reality you want to create, you can create, because you already the infinite potential is within you. And again, this directly connects again to that self realization principle, that first one that says you're everything you wish to be. You already are. So it's telling you that. And what was going through my head when I was going through this yesterday is I'd say like I don't know, like I'm a light being of consciousness and creation. And as I said that within myself and felt that energy shift and vibration within myself, then the next statement would come through is like you already are. So when you know that you already are that, you're not looking to create something. You're not looking to attain something. You're already it. You're already perfect in your own vibration, your own frequency. You are perfection, and this is your source vibration and frequency. So you start to understand that you're not trying to attain anything. And again, there's another self-realization principle that says true creation has no agenda. So it's saying that everything is evolving, and there's no agenda. So there's nothing to attach to. All there is you need to create this expansive space within your own consciousness and within your own creation. And when you do that, then all energy from infinite dimensions and infinite source will sort of like flow to you. So and the thing is, by even attaching to something and trying to move towards something, you're limiting it, because you're only creating one sort of like one sort of like vibration, one reality. As if you open up to just receive uh your infinite potential, and you remain open to that, then you open up to many different sort of like flows from different dimensions and realities, and different source energy. That vibration and frequency comes to you in many different forms and in many different ways. So you're not just limiting it to one aspect. I mean, and it's difficult as within this reality and the 3D consciousness, we're always sort of like seeing the external world and trying to create things in that world to bring sort of joy and happiness. Like we feel like we need to create or manifest something, and if we create or manifest something, or we attain something, we'll be happier. We'll be more fulfilled. When actually, the fulfillment comes from just creating and being expansive in that moment, and then receiving everything that you know everything that you are in that moment. And what I mean by that, everything you are is that infinite potential that's available. And by doing that and opening up your channel fully, then you're receiving the many sort of like expressions and the many sort of like infinite potentials and possibilities from source energy and from the infinite dimensions and realities. You're not just limiting to thinking that you're going in one direction. And by remaining open, then what happens is then the energy and the light then flows to you, and it guides you, and it sort of guides you through into different sort of like frequencies, then to have many different sort of experiences and sort of expressions that create like a reality of infinite possibilities and infinite experiences. And it's not limited, it's then infinite. And that's then when you start to step into the eternal moment of now, and the oneness vibration and frequency. We all know, um, in the infinite self, and in an aspect of self, when we access that level of consciousness and creation, that everything is perfect, everything is perfectly sort of how it should be, and all you need to do is open up to receive it. And the key thing is to remain in that open, expansive, expressive sort of vibration and frequency to receive the infinite sort of like energy that's needed to create a consciousness of what we call heaven on earth. And heaven on earth is really, when you look at heaven on earth, it's about being consciously open to receive that source energy. And when you do that, then what you're doing is you're aligned and you're unified and you're in the eternal moment. And when you're in that eternal now moment, heaven on earth is already here, because there's no separation. And that's what heaven and earth is to me. It's non-separation. It's living in source expression, source vibration, source frequency. So the more we do that, and the more we follow these self-realization principles, the more we realize there's nothing we need to attain, because we're already it. And we already were it when we were, before we came into this reality, before we focused source energy into this reality, we already were it. And now we're here, we already are it still. And there's no separation. There's nothing to attain. All there is to remain open and express from light, and in that eternal moment, and we'll receive everything that is needed, and everything that we wish to be is in that moment, and it will always be available, and all we have to do is remain open. So it's not about attaining something, it's about just remaining open. And that's how I see the eternal moment of now and oneness. And it's, the more we do this, the more that we become these open channels, the more we receive that wisdom, that insight from source energy, and also our infinite selves. And then it aligns with our soul, and it guides our soul purpose and our soul's frequency to create, not to into creation of that which we are, which is this infinite being of vibration and frequency. And this is what this time and age is about. That's the insight for today. Have a great day. Please subscribe, like, comment, share. Like I said, have a great day.